Good morning everyone, how are you all doing on this Thursday? I hope you're keeping well. I'm just about to record an online workout and it'll be there for you whenever you feel free to do it. I'm going to try and keep it short and simple. You'll need your set of dumbbells, and for the push-ups again, we're going to bring a little bit more movement in with the push-ups, so you can do it on the wall, your bench or the floor. Okay, you will need either your dumbbell or kettlebell for a Zumo squat and some light dumbbells for dumbbell punches. We're going to be working for 10 reps on the first 3 exercises, and on the last 2 exercises we're going to be doing seconds on, seconds off. Then we have 3 core exercises and you'll need 1 dumbbell just for the first one. Okay, so like always, that simple warm-up, it doesn't have to be complicated. We're going to go in then and do the little workout, finish with the core and then our cool down. So hoping to get this done in 30 minutes, which is a nice little workout that you can fit in, you know, if you don't have a lot of time. Okay, so we're going to start off with our windmills. 2 hands up, just bend that knee, look up. So 4, 3, 2 and 1. Straight into sweeps. So big circle around, point that foot up. 2 more, 1 more. Good, straight into side lunge. So power into the side and back. Good, 1 more, and then you're going to switch to the opposite side. So for 3, for 2 and for 1. Into those little shoulders, keep the knees bent. 4, 3, 2 and 1 and back. 4, 3, 2 and 1. From there, big touch down to the floor, reach up. 2 more. Good, 1 more. Okay, into our inchworm. So watch this one, bend the knees if you have to, like me. Walking right out into that high plank position. Watch the back. Walking right back in. Hands up over the head. That's when we go this way. Can you see me a little bit better? Walking right out, right back in. Hands over the head, going for 1 more. Keep the feet nice and wide, makes it a little bit easier. And walking right back in. Hands right up. Let's hug that knee in. So for 4, for 3, for 2, and for 1. Into our little rotations. Exhale for 4 to the wall, for 3. Breathe out here, for 2, and for 1. Let's go around the world. 1 and 2, that's it. And switch for 1 and for 2. Okay, up to the shoulders. 3, 2 and 1. And forward for 3, for 2 and for 1. So quick little warm up, doesn't have to be complicated. So for our first one, dumbbells that feel comfortable, we're going to be doing a single and a double, and I'll be counting 4 reps. So it'll be overhead press, it'll be single, and then double. Okay, that'll be counted as 3, and then it'll be 4, so on, 5, 2 together for 6. Our second one is going to be a Zumo squat. So whether you have a kettlebell or a dumbbell, this is your shoulder width. Another little step out, pointing those feet out, 45, coming right down and right back up for 10 reps. Right down and right back up, okay? Then you have your little push-ups. We're going to bring in a little shoulder tap with it today. So whether you're doing them on the knees or you're doing them on the wall or on your worktop, you're going to be in the push-up position. So if you're doing your kneeling ones, okay, so you're going to come right down, locking those elbows in. And when you come up, little tap. Right back down again, tap to the opposite side, okay? So it's the same thing up against the wall. Make it a little bit harder. Take your 3 steps out. Okay, so you're 1, you're 2, you're 3. In this position, you're going to come in, tap, in, and tap. Same thing on the bench, okay? If you have your bench that's a little bit lower, just push in and do your little tap, push in and do your little tap, okay? Then we have our wall sit. So again, you're going to hold a dumbbell for this one. You're going to sit up against the wall in that 90 degrees, and we're going to front raise, right back up. Front raise and right back up. Watch it's not too heavy. And then on our last little exercise, we have our dumbbell punches. So again, not too heavy. Okay, nice bend. I'm going to be punching for our 30 seconds. Okay, so we're going to start off with that single, double, feet shoulder width. Okay, put the music up a small bit. We'll go through it as a circuit today. We'll come back then and repeat that again. So you can do it either for 1 round, for 2 rounds, or for 3 rounds. Okay, if you feel it's too much that after the first round you're like, no, the next time I get to this workout I might challenge myself and do 2 rounds and then get to your 3. Okay, perfect. So it's going to be that single, double, and then we are going to repeat that, as I said, for our 3 little rounds today. Okay, so getting our dumbbells up, it's going to be 10 reps, so I'll count 3, 2, and 1. So 10 for single, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, give me one more single each side. That's it. And take a breather. Good work. Okay, can drop those down. Clock is here. We're going to take 30 seconds rest if you want a bit more. And then we're going into a Zumo. So I'm going to use a kettlebell. You just use one dumbbell, okay? So remember your shoulder width a bit further out and pointing the feet out. Okay, follow through with the head so the neck is not looking up. We're going to be going for 10 reps, okay? Keeping an eye here on the clock. We have 15 seconds. And again, you might need a little bit more rest, and that's okay. So getting ready now. In 3, 2, and 1. So counting down. So exhale on the way up, breathe out. 10, 9, 8, pushing the knees out. 7, 6, 5, 4, nearly there. Let's get 3, 2 more, last little one, and take a breather. Okay, rest that down. Okay, so we have our push-ups next, and again that tap will be alternating for 10. So make sure you have a little mat for your knees. You can do full ones, you can do the kneeling ones. Okay, so whatever you feel that you're able to do. If you're doing the full ones, they can be a little bit more challenging, but you can always come right back down to the knees, okay? So if you're doing them, you're coming down, tap to the opposite side, and tap, okay? If you're doing the kneeling ones, remember, bring the knees a small bit behind, coming down, and tap, coming down, and tap, okay? So bring the feet a bit wider and the knees a bit wider and make it a little bit easier so you're not wobbling, and down to the opposite side, okay? So that little push up to that little tap, okay? So we're going to go for 10. For the first round, I'll simplify them. 3, 2, and 1. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, good, last one, and relax. Okay, take a breather. If they're too much, just stick to your push-ups, leave the tap out, okay? Perfect. So now we have our wall sit with that front raise. So again, we're going to be doing 10 reps, so making sure that that dumbbell is not too heavy, because we're going to be sitting at a wall sit and we're going to be lifting that dumbbell up for 10, okay? Okay, take your time now. Take your time, okay? So you can either do your 10 up, sit at the wall like that, or else do your 30 seconds, okay? I'm going to work for 30 seconds today, but if you feel that you just want to do your 10 reps, that's okay as well. Okay, so getting into our little position, 90 degrees, back, right back against the wall. You can go a bit lower if you want. So 3, 2, and 1. 30 seconds on the clock there now. Breathe out at the top. Front raise, that's it. Leave the dumbbell down if it's too much. Halfway there now, clock is telling me 15 seconds to go. Breathe out at the top. Good, exhale. Last 5 seconds. Last 3, 2, last 1. And release it down gently. That's if you want to just release the dumbbell and then gently push yourself back up, whereas just slide down onto the floor. Okay, great work. That's one nearly circuit done. We have our punches coming up next. And again, we're going to work for 30 seconds. If you feel you just want to do 10 punches, alternate, that'll be over a little bit quicker than the 30 seconds, okay? So take your time. So we're going to be working for 30 seconds on this one. We're going to go back then and repeat that again for another second round. Okay, so we're getting ready in 3, 2, and 1. So that punch. Bend the knees, that's it. 10 seconds done. Keep that going now, 15 seconds. Good. Watch the back on this one. 10 seconds. Keep the dumbbells up as best you can. Into our last 5. Into 4, 3, 2, and take a breather. Great work. Okay, keep sipping on the water as well if you have it. Okay, taking a full 60 seconds rest now. Going to go back and repeat that for another circuit. So the only one that I'd be concerned is watch those push-ups one with the tap. Okay, it's hard not to rotate, but just watch the back on that one. Okay, great work. We have another circuit to do now. Let's go back to that single, double overhead press for the 10 reps. Then the Zumo, the push-up with the little tap, or just your ordinary push-ups. That's it, do what works for you on the day and how you're feeling. We're getting ready now in 10 seconds. That's single, double, locking those feet in. We're going to go in 3, 2, and 1. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's go for a single, also an odd number. And right up. And take a breather. Well done. Okay, drop those down. Taking our little 30 seconds. Getting our little kettlebell or dumbbell ready for our Zumos. Okay, so take your time. That's it. We're flying through it now, okay? So hoping this is a nice 30-minute one, that we have enough time to fit this into our busy little week as best we can. Going in 10 seconds now, so remember, point those feet out. We're going to go in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so 10, breathe out, engage the core at the top. 3 done. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more for 10. And take a breather, bend the knees, drop it down. That's it, good. So our famous push-ups coming up. Okay, so watch these ones. Nice and controlled. Nice and slow and controlled. Okay, so this time I'll try and do the full ones. Try. I may come back down to the knees, which is still okay. So we're going to alternate for 10. So remember, hands are a little bit further than shoulder width. For this one, you can keep the feet a little bit wider at the back. We're locking those elbows like a corkscrew so they're not coming out the way, nice and controlled. Okay, so we're going to go in 4, 3, 2, and 1. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and relax. And don't wear a bracelet like me, as it happened there, put me off. It was digging into my little hand. So taking that off now for the next one, because it puts your form off when your hands move in different directions. Okay, so just watch that one. Go back to our wall sit. So again, working for 30 seconds. And if that dumbbell is too much, just hold the dumbbell. You can just make it a bit harder, not doing the front raise, and you can just have it here to make it a bit harder, okay? So we're going to be working for 30 seconds. Take your time now, take your time. And that 90 degrees. I'm going to put that there so it doesn't distract me, okay? So 3, 2, and 1. So 30 seconds from now. Nice and controlled. Good. Just sitting back as best you can. It is a tough one. 10 seconds. A lighter dumbbell to make it easier for yourself. Last 5 seconds. Rest on the knees if it gets too much. One more. And relax, take a breather. Drop it down, push yourself back up nice and gently. Good, okay, so back to our punches coming up. Last time of this one before one more round to go. Okay, and then our core exercises, we'll just need one dumbbell, or I'll simplify it as best I can if you can't do it, okay? So take your time now, we're going to go in 3, in 2, and 1, okay? Take your time starting off, not too fast, just watch the back. If the dumbbells are too heavy and they're pulling on your back, drop them down, pick up bottles of water or beans or peas. 15 seconds. 10 seconds now, we're digging. Keep it going, arms up. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Great work, okay, brilliant. That is our second round done. Ready for one more round? Take your time. We've got one to go. Doing absolutely brilliant. Okay. Take your time. Let's go back to that single, single, double. We'll have it done in no time. And our core exercises are going to be working for our little 10 reps today. We'll stick with reps on that one. We have knee hugs, lying down or else standing, you can alternate. We'll have a side plank leg lift. And again, if you can't do the side plank on the floor, you can hold your dumbbell here. Okay, you can have your hand up. You can lift your leg out to the side to make that harder. You can have the dumbbell here rested against it, making that a little bit harder for that side plank leg lift. This is a tough one. And then our last one's going to be our slow mountain climbers, which you can do. It's going to be the opposite knee over to the opposite elbow. It doesn't have to touch it, but you can do that on a bench, on your worktop, on the couch, or up against the wall. Okay, so it's the same as your push-up position. You're just bringing that knee over to the opposite side, okay? Okay, so we're going to go back to our single, single, double. Last little circuit, 10 reps. Okay, for the first 3 exercises. Okay, so 3, 2, and 1. I know this one we're getting 11 because of the single at the end. 2 done. 3, 4, 5. Power up. 6, 7. Breathe out. 8. Double. 9. Single, single. Exhale and take a breather. Great work. Okay, drop them down. Getting our kettlebell or dumbbell ready. So if you're holding your dumbbell, you're just holding it here. If you have 2 that doesn't hurt your fingers, to make it harder, you can hold them like this, but make sure they don't hurt. Okay, so again, going for 10 reps. Getting ready now in 10 seconds. Flying through it. Okay, we're going to go in 3, 2, and 1. So 10, breathe out. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Last 3, 2 more. Last 1. And take your breather. That's it. Gently, gently drop it down. Bend the knees. Great work. Okay. Taking that bit of a breather. We have our little push-ups coming up next. So remember your full ones, your kneeling ones, the wall, couch, worktop. Just make sure that your position, your form is good. Watching the lower back, okay? So again, I'll stay on the knees for this one again, just to make sure that everyone is okay and comfortable. I like to keep my knees a little bit wider. I do find I rotate a small little bit. Locking the elbows in as best you can, that little lean forward. 3, 2, and 1. So down and tap. 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and relax. Great work. Okay, flying through it. Okay, so we are up on our wall sit with our little front raise, with or without the dumbbell. So again, working for 30 seconds. Take a little bit of a breather now before we start. Put the clock on. We're not going out to 10 seconds. Take your time. Get in our little position. We're going to go in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Breathe out to the top. That's it. Too much, just rest the dumbbell down, just stick at your wall sit. Take a breather in between each one if it gets too much. 8 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and drop the dumbbell down gently. Either fall down or else just push yourself back up. Great work. Okay, we have our little punches coming up. Take your time. And then we have our core exercises that I went through there. We'll be doing them on the floor, so take your time with them. Okay, they can be challenging enough. We need one dumbbell that's not too heavy. If not, you can just do it with your hands for the knee hug. I'll do the 2 options, okay? Side plank leg lift, again we have 2 options, and then our slow mountain climbers. Okay, punches coming up in 3, 2, and 1. Good. It's a great little one to fit in when you're stuck for time, just to get that good feeling in the headspace. That's what working out is all about. You can only do your best, remember, and the only person you ever have to keep up with is yourself, isn't that right? 5 seconds, we have it now. We're digging. 3, 2, 1, and relax, okay. Let's keep it 1 dumbbell. Okay, and I'm gonna go through the exercises. Just going to put this way so you can see me okay. You need your mat down. And again, with this one, I said we're going to work for 10 reps, just to make it a bit easier. Okay, so for the knee hug, we've done this one before. You can do it as a little extension or keeping the knees bent on this one. So I'm going to go through the 3 little ways. Okay, so without the dumbbell, just as if you're not using any dumbbell, okay? You're lying down. You have the hands here, you're going to hug the knee just above it here. You're going to drop the feet down and bring the hands back. Hug, and as the arms are going back, the feet are touching the floor. Hug and back. You might just get to here and back. Hug and back. If you're not using a dumbbell and you want to extend, hug and release out straight. Watch the back and release. We do the same exercise but with a dumbbell. So again, we're here, we're hugging and release. Dropping my feet down, keep my elbows tucked in. The further back, the harder it's going to be. So just watch you don't pull your core or your tummy. And then to make it harder, hug and extend. Hug and extend. Okay, that's going to be our first exercise. Our second exercise is going to be your side plank leg lift. So I'm going to try and do that. You'll be able to see me here. So elbow onto the shoulder. 2 legs behind. Actually, I'm just going to move this and show you lengthways because you might be able to see me properly there. Okay, so I'm just going to show it this way first. So elbow onto the shoulder. Okay, nice alignment. 2 feet on the floor, knees back, lift the hips. Release that top leg here, in line here, hand up, just to hip height, barely touching the floor. Just lifting that leg. Make that harder. The hard one. We're lifting and down, okay? Great work. And then our last one is your slow mountain climbers. So I'm just going to go in this position here so you can see me, and I'll turn the phone around then. So your hands are under the shoulders, you're in your little position, you're going to bring that knee and rotate to the opposite side. Okay, that's going to be your slow mountain climbers. And again, we're going to be working for 10 reps for 2 rounds on this today. So I'm just going to turn that here. Okay, because I've got a bit more room here myself. So again, I'm going to start off with the simplified knee one first, where I'm bringing the feet to the floor, and on the second round I'll do the harder one. Okay, so we're going to stay here for our 2 rounds before moving on. Okay, we won't do it as a circuit. So 10 reps, are we ready? So the first one I'm going to simplify it. So with or without your dumbbell, 3. If you want to do the extension, you start that on this one, 3, 2, and 1. So 10. 9, lifting my head, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, drop it down, well done, good, okay, good. Second one, I'm going to do the hard version, where I'm going to extend my legs out, okay, taking a small bit of a breather. Then we have our side plank leg lift each side. Okay, so getting ready in 3, 2, and 1. So I'm going to extend this time. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax it down. Well done. Okay, great work. Okay, brilliant. So that's side plank coming up. So remember 10. So elbow under the shoulder. For the first one, I'm going to keep the legs behind, and I'm going to lift my hips up, take my top leg, okay, and just bring it up and down for 10. 3, 2, and 1. 10, 9, slowly, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Well done. Okay, take a little bit of a breather because we've that one to repeat now on the opposite side. Okay, so take your time. Take your time with this one. Just turn the mat a small bit. Okay, so just protecting that little. So I'm going to do the full one this time. So I'm going to go for 10, so making it a little bit harder, okay? So you don't have to, you keep the simplified one. So 3, 2, and 1. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and take a breather. Well done. Okay, great work. Great work. Take a breather. So we have our slow mountain climbers. So again, we're going to do that for our 2 little rounds of 10. We're going to alternate. Makes it a little bit easier. So again, hands under the shoulders, lock them in. We're going to go alternate for 10. We're going to go in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and take your little breather. Well done. Okay, so we've got one more little round to go of those. Then we're going to do our small little cool down, and hopefully we'll have that done in 30 minutes. Okay, getting ready. 3, 2, and 1. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and relax. Brilliant work. Okay, a lovely one, quick one, sweaty one, but it felt really good. So well done. I hope you enjoyed as much as I did there. Sometimes it just gives you that bit of a boost, and that's all we need, isn't it? So I'm going to do a small little cool down, keeping it nice and simple. So you're going to reach right up overhead, bring those hands right out in the head in between. 3, 2, and 1. Reach right up again, bring the right leg behind the left, come over to the left, to the center, come right down. Release right back up again, bring the left behind the right, over to the right, nice and gently, slowly right back down to that center. Good, let's release forward, keeping the hands locked, and then up, release them down behind, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and gently sit back. That's it, good. Same again with the opposite, so release, bend that left knee, keep that right heel on the floor, that's it. So reach out, and then up, down behind, squeeze the shoulder blades together, sit right back gently for 3, for 2, and for 1. Open that chest nice and wide, have a little look over, breathe out at the right, and the opposite side. And again, one more time, watch the neck, breathe out, and the opposite, giving that arm a nice hug and the head in the opposite direction, and the same with the opposite side. Rotations this time, back for 4 to the center, back for 3, for 2, and 1 more. Just work out those hands after the push-ups, just bring the palm down, not to hold it too much, bring the thumb towards you, and then the opposite direction. Same with the opposite, so bring the palm down, the thumb towards you, and right back. Okay, so we're going to crawl down to the center now, and with the head, just do that yes, and no, and right back up. Okay, so we're just making that sign for yes. Okay, so right back down again, just yes, and for no, and slowly right back up. Just release up, come sit right down, release that left, look up at the right, and up at the left. 1 more, keeping the hands up, stretch right down, release up, and release up. Good, just 2 rotations of the hips, so 1 and 2, and switch. 1 and 2, and our 3 breaths. So I hope that you get to do it. So again, check-in day is Monday, so if you check in, I'll get back to you straight away, and relax. Well done. So check-in day is Monday. It's the day that I try and get back to everybody, and as best I can. If you don't check in, I don't get back to you, because I'd like to know how you're getting on. Okay, it doesn't have to be a big essay. It's just about anything that you're struggling with, or something that I can help you as best I can. And it's funny, you know, I had this chat with myself the last day, I think it was on Monday actually. I was telling some of my clients, and I knew I wanted to do my workout. The motivation wasn't there, but I had a chat with myself, and I said, nobody's going to do it for you, Siobhan. And you know, that really sat with me. Like, we have to try and do it ourselves, and that can be the hardest part. The motivation won't be there, it's the action though, and it's thinking, you know, if I do it, how is it going to make me feel? You know, that if it's a 20-minute workout, or a walk, or a jog, or you know, if it's reading a book, it's whatever it is that we want to do. But unfortunately, nobody is going to do it for us. And you know, like I said to myself on Monday, you know, it'd be great if I could say, get my wand and say, yeah, it's done. But unfortunately, we know that we have to do it ourselves. So that's why I'm here to help you as best I can. And as I said before, I can give all the tools, but to myself and to everybody. But unfortunately, I have to take that action. And we all do, don't we? And that can be the hardest part, but we still have to go a bit easy on ourselves. We can't do everything, but we can do something. I hope you have a lovely, lovely weekend. I think this is week 3 now that I've done of the workout. I'll double check that. Don't know if I have one more to do next week, or it's a breather for me, and I'm back into it then again, okay? So please reach out to me as best you can if you need help, or that extra bit of help, and I definitely will try and solve it as best I can, like I always do. Okay, take care, mind yourself, and well done. You're doing great.